There's a lot of.
Your contacts that you need to connect.
All right.
We got a quorum.
We connect or be online.
Yes.
Oh, you are online. Wonderful. All right. Good evening. I would like to call to order the Board of Library Trustees meeting for this Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Burrell is absent. Trustee Gala is absent. Trustee Kelly is absent. Trustee Meadow.
Here.
Trustee Rule. Aye. Trustee Zick.
Here.
President Samari.
Here. All right. Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
You got you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. For tonight's meeting, I wanted to let everyone know that our executive director, Mike Driscoll, is on his honeymoon in Italy. He will be back next week, and in his place from the executive team, we have the assistant executive director, Dana.
Deputy?
Deputy Director.
Yeah, Deputy Director, right.
Sorry, I'll answer it all.
Yes, all right, so Dana is going to share with us the executive committee's reports tonight. Is there a public comment? There's not, okay. Do we have any liaison reports from Friends or the Foundation?
We have none.
We have none, okay. So moving along, for approval of the minutes of the joint meeting, we had a meeting with the Arlington Heights Park District and their Board of Commissioners and our board. That meeting was October 5th. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
All in favor?
We need a second.
Need a second.
Oh, sorry, second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. The next minutes that we need to approve are the minutes from our committee of the whole, from the Board of Library Trustees. And that meeting was October 5th, 2024. May I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Moving along to the next minutes that we need to approve. Are the regular board meeting, whoops, I did that out of order. The regular board meeting of October 15th, 2024. May I have a motion for that? So
Well, we just did the Board of Trustees for October 15th. Didn't we? 2024? And now we're doing the,
Okay.
and now we're doing the committee of the whole for November 4th.
Yeah, so the committee of the whole, that was the November committee of the whole, November 4th.
Right.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, now moving on to the financial report, which ended October 31st, item number 4 on the agenda.
Okay. For revenue, the real estate tax revenue for the 215,301.53 for the month of October. The library has received personal property replacement taxes of 28,182.41 this month. Copier and printer revenue totaled 3,761.24. Meeting room fees were $275. The collection fees for late items were $30. Lost item charges totaled $1,395.20. October interest income was $28,105.12. And our donations totaled $119.01. Now, we did not have any reimbursements from the Friends of the Library this month, the last month. And other income was $515.03. Revenue collected for vehicle stickers totaled $365. Makerspace miscellaneous revenue was $697.84. Makerspace rental revenue was $600. And total revenue collected in October was $279,347.98. Our expenses were, we had 83% of the fiscal year has lapsed, and we have expensed 77% of our total operating budget. The favorable variance, better and worse, to date is $997,422. Now, 51% of the total annual capital budget has been expensed as of October. And this month, we have had several payments for both the interior renovation and chillers and cooling towers projects, both of which are expected to be done and paid for by the end of this fiscal year.
Does anyone have any questions? All right, moving on to review the check register for the period ending October 31st.
Okay, there are two queries about the check register. On page 3, check 39646 for vendor CMRS-FP for $3,000. The payment made approximately quarterly to fund our postage meter machine. So this the CIN is our USPS customer ID number. So administration recently reviewed our postage meter options, and we determined that our machine needed updates to comply with the new USPS technology requirements. So following this review, we actually switched vendors from Quadient to FP Mailing and cut our related lease and maintenance costs half as a result of this.
So is that $3,000 then actual postage or the new system, the new
It's the
machine?
Pre-fund.
Got it. All right, thank you.
So, and then on page 63, check 35396, Loverde Contracting Company for the total of $5,200. So payment to cut the curb at the Maker Place parking lot. This curb was originally laid out a little wonky and by the safety fence below the lower door for a right turn, and those would be too much to navigate. So for both the customers and staff, especially for larger vehicles, and therefore we reduced the size of the curb to triangulate and alleviate the issue and to facilitate easier snow removal by public works in the winter.
That's wonderful. All right. Any questions? Any other questions? Okay, how about yeah, go ahead.
Should we do a motion?
Well, I was gonna look at the Amex and
Yeah, you had a couple questions about
Oh, did you?
Amex.
Okay.
And one of the things was, inquiry was about My China Roots. My China Roots and the back pages are international companies that do not take checks.
got it.
Per IT and the PDQ renewal, they also do not offer a check payment option. So we've been paying via credit card for many years.
I just wondered why those very large charges were on a credit card instead of via check, but that makes total sense.
Okay, and then you wanted to know about
The
the
internet
SCN,
cable,
okay.
The credit card.
Yes, so because of our warrant check cycle, taking up to 45 days to pay vendors, our IT department has had issues with some of the invoices not making the warrant cutoff. So to eliminate that, any risk of our service being interrupted due to the timing of our check payments, our IT department just pays these via credit card.
Got it. Makes sense.
And then, did you want to,
Yeah,
the
and the
MasterCard?
MasterCard
Okay.
is that.
So these charges are for 1 month. Oh, the question was, are these for more than 1 month or for movie rentals, for Netflix, etc.? And we have many charges for 1 month. We have multiple circulating Roku devices and with Netflix installed on it, so we do require multiple subscriptions.
All right, perfect, makes sense. Now I would entertain a motion regarding the check register.
So I move approval of accounts payable check register for October 31st, 2024 in the amount of $1,723,409.47.
Second.
We have a roll call, please.
Trustee Meadow,
Yes.
trustee Rule,
Yes.
trustee Zig,
Yes.
president Smart.
Yes. All right. And the executive director's report.
Okay, so October was of course a very robust and busy month. We had our One Book, One Village, as it was a very successful event. I won't spend too much time even reviewing it because we're going to have a presentation next month, but I did want to say, you know, most of you were there. It was very successful. And we had 233 people in attendance, and it's gotten so much positive feedback. We're very excited about that. One of the things I want to bring to your attention is on page 3, or a couple things on page 3. So some of you are also in attendance and know about this award. The library and the park district received an intergovernmental cooperation award. And this basically said they value our partnership of the park district, and we're awarded at a best awards gala, or a park district. I'm sorry, Illinois Association of Park Districts Best of the Best Awards in the gala. And it's because of our partnerships with the 24-hole pickup lockers, our parking space initiatives, or support of the parking space over the Maker Place, and our first ever permanent story walk in the recreation park. So with those 3 initiatives and all the programs that we do together, we were nominated by the Park District and celebrated for such a great partnership. The other thing that I want to note are the staff highlights. Staff are continually presenting and supporting the industry outside the walls of the library. Nicole of Youth Service, our Youth Services Advisor, presented at Illinois Library Association Conference, where she did Look What You Made Me Do, Tweens, Teens, and Trends in Makerspaces. Bill, our Electronic Resources Librarian, also presented at a panel in Illinois Library Association conference called Trends and Hot Topics in Library and Electronic Resources. And Neil from P&E has also been nominated as a co-leader for the North Suburban Programmers Group. So we're out there collaborating with our colleagues and doing good work in the industry.
And just real quick, this is always great when we hear about these things. Are these things that we're searching out to present at, to be part, or are they finding us?
A little bit of both. So sometimes we have to apply to be on part of these panels, or to get, you know, we propose a speaking program, and then sometimes we're invited to be on these panels.
Okay, all right, good.
It's a little combination. So we're also on page 4. We're continuing to build on our partnerships in support of the library's designation. We are a family place library. Our early learning librarian Allison presented the library's twice annual 5-week workshop, Play, Learn, and Grow, over the course of 5 sessions. We had 225 customers engage with different community partners to support their families. We are a family. Amy Samari, President Samari, had some questions about this earlier. We are a family place certified library, which means we have to conduct these workshops over 5 weeks. We invite families that are, it's a, you know, combination of community partners as well as educational piece. So it's social, there's a lot of components, and we invite community partners to come and present. And, you know, basically for other young families to get to know each other. So we're really proud of this work. And this year we had a lot of success, and 225 people were attended this workshop. So we also had Eddie from Genealogy, who we met a couple months ago. He presented at the Trickster Cultural Center in Schaumburg for Native American Heritage Month. And he presented to 3 groups of students on the importance of the family history and unique values of contemporary history of Native American peoples. We also had, you've heard about it it was mentioned last at the Cow. We had our Halloween themed program for youth services, which we had 2 sessions of Halloween fun, which totaled 526 customers for Kids World for 2 sessions. All the young kids donned their costumes, enjoyed tons of activities throughout the space. And again, another popular event that Eddie had was called Haunted History of Arlington Heights, and highlighted unsolved mysteries, reports of paranormal activity, and other occurrences all over about Arlington Heights local history, and was a great opportunity to highlight research materials and opportunities at the library to foster a sense of community between users who love to seek out a good scare. That's fun. And again, it was Inclusion Awareness Month. I won't go into a ton of detail because we are going to have this presented for you for next month. but we did have a very successful program called Monster Mash, and we kick off Inclusion Awareness Month, and we had 34 people attending this event where they decorated water bottles and danced to popular songs and competed in a limbo contest and a toilet paper mummy contest. Everyone had a good time, and it was a multi-department collaboration for that. And then finally, last month, we had a makerspace, an inaugural maker show and tell at the Maker Place. And this was basically, had a meetup featuring a diverse range of creations from watercolor paintings, electronic prototypes, and an acrylic guitar was even brought in, and basically building the sustaining maker meetup and community, which is crucial for the ongoing success of the Maker Place. So they had a lot of attendance. We're very excited to keep that going. And then finally, I just want to say that I just want to give a shout out to our collection department. They're continually adding to this collection and enhancing our collection and adding value. We had almost 780 or 7,800 US and international newspaper and magazine titles from Press Reader have been added to the catalog, joining titles that we already have from Libby and magazines and Flipster, and noting that while those two also have some overlap, meaning magazines may show up twice for each vendor, they have we have a significant number of exclusive titles. So thanks to them too, always doing great work for our collection. And that's all I have, and I'm open to questions if you have any about some of these awesome programs.
Maybe Telescope, are they gonna have lessons along with those too? Cause I would love this.
Well, guess what? We are gonna have some demonstration in January for that.
Really?
It's nice. So that was going to be a surprise, but you gave me the perfect opportunity to share a little for you for next time.
Cool.
So January is gonna be dark enough and it's gonna be a perfect time to demonstrate.
Cool. Usually with it being really cold, it's usually really clear out too at times.
Yeah.
Nice. I was particularly, I love this layout, how, each different event that you highlight shows where we're reaching our goals. And one that I really liked was the GED Spanish students. So many of them hadn't had library cards before. So that's great. For some, it was their first visit. And then, hearing a presentation from a trade school, these could be potential recipients of our foundation scholarship for trade students. So, really, that's just a way that we're sort of hitting everything with one kind of program. And then because of senior and accessible services, I love the party that happened for Halloween. And I noticed, I think today or yesterday was another day where people are starting to make food for pads in our kitchen, which is terrific. This is sort of a point of privilege here. I opened my mouth and got myself to in charge of making t-shirts for a class that I take. And I am not a maker like some of the board members here. So I have spent quite a bit of time at the Maker Place. And watching what people are doing while I was trying to do my project. And I just wanted to give a special shout out to Lisa, Esther, Michael, and Donna, who scheduled me. I heard these ladies talking about how they had come to the meetup and heard about all the different things that were happening. And so they were making hats and their daughters were playing, and there were other people learning how to sew. I mean, I've been there three or four different times. So there's always a lot going on, and the staff is calmly keeping everyone going, which is a really wonderful thing, especially for people that don't know what they're doing. Like me. Today I saw, some different people doing Christmas gifts, and Metropolis working on gifts for their donors. So just a lot is happening there, which is great. And the staff did say that people are starting to make holiday gifts. So I'm sure that will continue in the next few weeks. Anyone else? No. Old business, do we have any old business? I think so, new business. We do have an item from the closed session for action. We need to approve the closed session minutes from our closed session portion of the meeting on the 4th of November. That was our cow. I move that we approve the closed session meeting minutes from the cow on November 4th, 2024. May I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
okay,
Okay. They are approved. Other. I had two others. One is I attended a foundation meeting earlier late last week. They're really starting to think of some wonderful ideas on how to fundraise for the bookmobile. And they're reaching out to different groups, and there were, different people in the meeting. Ron, our bookmobile manager did a great job telling stories about how the bookmobile impacts people's lives. So it was a really good meeting. They're very focused on coming up with creative ways to raise money for that. So that's terrific. And the other thing is, I just want to say publicly, so we have 2 board members that will be stepping off the board in April. Trustee Zick and Trustee Rule, and they are going on to different things. And yesterday was the last day for people in the community that want to run for trustee for the Arlington Heights Memorial Library to run. And 5 people are running for the 2 board positions, so that's terrific. And I don't actually know any of these people personally, but I always encourage people that are running to come to our meetings. Hopefully, maybe they're watching meetings at home, but our meetings are open to the public, and it's a good way to see what we do. So I'm happy that there's interest in our board. Those elections are April 1st. All right, anyone else?
I did, bring another, and I wanted to report on the Maker Place pilot that we conducted this summer, and I provided a handout, which is basically what my talking points are today, but you can follow along, so there's a lot of numbers.
Do you have another, because it's not provided in my packet.
Oh,
It's under here.
Yeah,
Never
right
mind.
here.
I'll find it through then.
So as you know, the library, Maker Place conducted a pilot to extend its hours of Fridays during the summer. And while the level of engagement from the maker community was lower than anticipated, this initiative provided valuable insights and opportunities for future improvements. The additional hours allowed us to closely assess our community needs. And although working within the current staff resources meant we couldn't offer programming for Fridays, which could be a factor in the low attendance, this experience highlighted where our efforts were most effective. We had about an average of 11 users per day, and it became clear that the current community demand did not support additional Friday hours, allowing us to now focus on times and programs that best serve our patrons within our current schedule. So the pilot has enabled us to reassess our operating hours and consider reworking them to better support staff-led programming, which has proven to drive attendance. Most notably, Maker Place class sessions and attendance has increased significantly, with 33% rise in sessions and a 67% increase in attendance from January to October 2023 to 2024, along with 21% increase in facility usage. So we recognize the importance of programming and attracting users, and we'll concentrate on maximizing programs within our existing hours. We will continue to gather feedback from our Maker Place users and adapt our hours and offerings to meet the community needs, which is something we do in all of our practice, the library. Scheduled meetups like our fiber arts group and new maker show and tell sessions have seen great community buy-in, leading to self-sustaining maker community in the Arlington Heights area and providing residents with opportunities never available before through the library. So we've gained valuable insights to the pilot and use this knowledge to continue to improving Maker Please service to better serve our community. I'm sure you have some questions, so I'll stop talking aloud for some questions and I will try to answer them as best I can.
Well, one thing, could you please make sure that the 3 trustees that are not at this meeting receive this?
Mhm,
Right.
of course.
I know trustee Burrell was particularly interested.
Sure, she attended many of the sessions
Yes.
too. She was there
Yeah.
firsthand.
You know, I feel like I've spent a lot of time there in the past couple of weeks. I can see how it would be cyclical, like I do think perhaps before a holiday time, it gets busier as people make gifts, or maybe that occurs before, you know, Mother's Day or Father's Day or different situations. Yeah, I mean, it's quiet and then all of a sudden it's super busy. So I'm sure that's really hard to
So in
manage.
Arlington Heights has a lot to offer in the summer. We're
Yeah.
competing with weather, summer, all the fun things, festivals, wonderful, vibrant downtown activities. So we're really competing against a lot, but so
Yeah.
summer might not be the best for additional hours at any point.
Right,
We're competing with our own community.
correct.
So we are looking at spring break, winter break, opportunities, like you said, like when there are busier times. But really the programming for adults is what's driving the attendance and
Yeah.
that's what we're finding. So if we can't offer more programs, then we expect to see lower numbers.
Right. Well, and I think, what I found helpful as well for my project was that on Friday, when the Maker Place was not open, one of the machines I needed was available here. And
Mhm.
so I think, I found the staff very helpful, both the staff there and the staff here, to say, oh, we have that. So that might be the case for some people, I don't know. Anyone else?
This is gonna sound pretty, I don't know. There's no data in here. It just says, I mean, there's no data on what actually happened on Fridays. Like the 11 users a day, is that across the board? Is that just Fridays? And what is that in
Every
comparison?
Friday, this is just about the
Okay,
Fridays.
so then how many are normally on a regular day?
We're not open on Fridays.
Other days.
Any other day of the week? If 11 on Fridays, what is the regular day of the week? Because you're saying that there's not enough business to maintain, to be open, but you're not telling us what the normal quantity is.
I can call Diane. She's available to find out some numbers, but I can also get that to you in another time.
Yeah, and then I realized that, like, I appreciate them doing this, but I also had the argument at the very beginning that you're doing this during summer. When people are traveling, people are out of town, kids are not in school, we have a longer window because we had all the school districts add onto their buildings, so we had a 13-week summer instead of a 9-week summer. And so taking this as a litmus test for what we should do, I think is really faulty. I don't think it's really accurate, and I think that, I know personally I couldn't have used it during the summer, and I didn't, and I need to use it now. And I don't think I'm the only person. And we've had constituents tell us that in emails, so again, I really appreciate everything that the staff has done to try to put this together, but I think it was maybe not as thought out to begin with and in the time frame in which that we were looking at it. But this isn't telling me what that's in comparison to. I certainly understand that programs are always gonna bring people in, and so that I do understand as well, and I think it's important we continue to offer those. And I think they're amazing programs that we are able to offer, and the staff goes above and beyond every single time. And so like, that's great. I just,
How many days is the Maker Place open?
5.
5.
Mhm.
So 5 days, so 23.
So not Fridays and not Mondays.
Mhm.
Oh, but in October it was open on Friday, right?
September.
Still September 20th, but yeah, and I just got or 50 to 60 people on a regular.
Yeah,
day.
I just did the math here, and yeah. 50 to 60 is what it would be.
Is there a minimum number of staff that need to be there when it's open? Three.
Mhm, just for safety.
Yeah.
Mhm.
how did we announce to the community that we were gonna be open on Fridays? Cause like I didn't. other than being on the board and like reading the thing, like I did not see anything social media wise or anything announcing it or.
We did have it in social media, we had it on the website, we had it
It
in
wasn't the newsletter.
the newsletter, and we had it all the normal channels.
Okay, it just wasn't, I mean, with the election too, like there was just no chatter about it. I never saw anybody talking about it, so. And maybe that's because there's not interest in it. I just,
Well, I take your point. I can see how might be more helpful during the year than in the summer. But I don't know, I know that it's always a staffing situation, so I don't know.
Dana, you had made some kind of comment, I don't know if you meant it this way or I just interpreted it this way. Are we gonna look at maybe opening it up at different times, like for special events, as we're coming up to the holiday season here? Maybe more people need to make T-shirts, and do things like that, so have it open, during those times.
We do have things, and we are still working in there when
Okay.
it's open, and so we do tours, we have student events coming in, things like that. We do open when necessary.
Okay,
This holiday season, we don't have any additional hours, because we're still trying to figure out how to schedule the equipment, because it's currently the way our computer's set up, and I can't even explain it because it's complicated, but it's set up, it's not even allowing us to register and communicate that within our own systems, because of when it's closed, it's closed.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that has to be happening in order to just make things open even for staff. So, and to get that accurate total. So again, I'd have to give you more information, but we are looking at ways, but it's mostly writing the schedule, like maybe making Sunday and Saturday the same times, because so it's consistent, and then comparing it to stuff here. So if our programs are popular here, like if we were having Fridays and we had if we have a lot more programs on Fridays, if this building mirroring it that, or Thursdays or something, and even thinking like, for example, Thursday evenings are quite slow at the Maker Place. We're thinking of maybe making it 9 to 5. So it's consistent with this building, considering if no one's coming, maybe it's the hours or something like that. So again, working with the 5 days, but adjusting the times to accommodate if people want to come earlier, or when people are programming, or if not competing, because a lot of times the library is doing so much for competing with their own resources.
Trying to remember, I know when we were. This is me misremembering something. We're talking about the policy regarding the hours. Setting the hours. Wasn't there a discussion at one point about giving the executive director flexibility, or did we do it? About
Yes.
giving flexibility about when to open it and
Yes.
doing things like
Yeah,
that.
for like
That
special
doesn't have to come to the board to be able to do
Yes.
this, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we did do that.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good, because it allows us for when these times come up where we think that there's going to be a potential surge, that we could potentially open it and do things like that. So that's,
Yeah.
I do like
And
that.
we plan so far in advance, though, we're already 6 months in, but so it does take a while. Like if we were gonna change, we'd have to make sure that we're sure the schedules are appropriate for
Right.
the staffing, because
Yeah.
our programs, everything would go sometimes even a year in advance that we're already starting.
Okay,
and I think your point of looking at, I know with any program, and whether it's really well attended or it's not, it's what else is going on, so you put all this work into something and then you're like, it wasn't full, or it wasn't, it wasn't whatever, well attended. And, was that because, there was a Bears Green Bay Packers game going on? Was there, something that, like you said, competing against yourself? Is it raining? Is it? Yeah, rain can be explained either way, like
Right.
it's raining, everybody wants to come, or it's raining, nobody wants to go to the house. But it is hard to kind of determine those things, and I do,
But if you see the numbers, they are telling you that we are increasing. We're working with our staff better, trying to right size like all the programming at the times when it's convenient staff. So we're still increasing, we're still getting a lot of great feedback. We're doing everything that we can, and like all of our appointments are full. They're booking up like to capacity. So we're, by all our accounts, we're meeting our own metrics, and.
All your one-on-one appointments, is that what you mean?
Mhm. Yeah. And the
and-
machines are booked.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
machines are booked. And how, so 3 staff, a minimum of 3 staff members, Do those, I know do some of those staff members also work here? Or are they, just,
there are subs that come in, but most of the staff there is
right, I
permanent.
mean, someone that, I know someone that used to
Yes,
be here is
if
over
we-
there
if-
now.
If we need to sub, we do, like even
There's-
Teresa volunteered her
there's a-
time just to have the minimum.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. And on those days that we are closed, we do maintenance
Yeah,
and training and
Yeah.
things like that, so it's not necessarily idle.
right, it does seem like there's a lot of cleaning of
Mhm.
machines between people.
Just getting it ready for the next
Right.
meeting. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work for the maintenance place, and I know it's appreciated.
And I do have a show and tell from the Maker Place. If you have one more, like, the Friends provided, we purchased this, one of this very popular, it's called the Primera LX 610, and it's an advanced, color label maker and cutter that combines like vibrant, high resolution printing with precise contour cutting and basically a very high profile sticker label maker. So Chris Kruger created these for us. I will let you pass them down, but this is basically something that people would come in to do in a Cricut, but, this has been very asked for. This is something that we responded to customers. They've asked for it and asked for it. The friends purchased it. We're so excited. So now we're tinkering with it, making it, getting available, but this can be used for professional labels for business, promotional stickers, and transform art into custom stickers effortlessly. So this is one of our new machines that we're excited to roll out very soon. So those stickers are for y'all, so take them,
Oh,
enjoy
okay.
them.
There was a woman there today making a lot of, like buttons. I think they were religious, actually. I wonder if they're from a Christmas program or something, but yeah, there's just so much going on.
Alright, so here's an annoying question, are these, like, you know how people put them all in their
Yeah.
water bottles, will they, do you know what, if they're stand up to water?
You can try, and I
Okay.
had a couple of them, and that's why I really wanted this thing, because I went to Does Plains Public Library, and they had some, and they're all really great stickers. I'm like, I'm so jealous, and I
Well,
was
and
Sasha, I'm like, we need these so
Well,
bad.
I was gonna, in the check register, I saw a thing about stickers, and I was like, I wonder if we have a sticker machine, so actually, I was like going, and I don't see it on, I was checking out the website. I don't see it on the website, but.
So it'll be ready, first quarter,
Okay,
2025.
that's why I didn't find it, okay.
Yeah, people, water bottles, and also I see so many on laptops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kids all have to have laptops now, or Chromebooks or whatever, right? And so if they wanna be able to distinguish, there's some,
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, thank you very much for that.
thank you.
It's good information for all of us. Does anyone else have an order? No, I will take a motion to adjourn. So move. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Right.
40 minutes.
Yeah, good.
I think we've done it a little bit faster once or twice, but.
We've done it a couple times, but